All right, so this is our worksheet on mutations. So if you haven't done your mutations notes, you need to do those first. You should have a printed copy. If you don't have a printed copy and you cannot print it, then please let me know and I will put a copy in the front office for you to pick up. All right, so here we are. So we're going to talk about some mutation just on chromosomes, okay? So on the left, the numbered rectangle represents a chromosome here, okay? Each of the numbers are meant to represent several bands on a chromosome or genes, okay? Cut out each rectangular chromosome while keeping the individual number squares attached, and I'll show you what that means. Your goal is to perform a mutation to each of your numbered chromosomes. Tape or glue the mutated chromosome to the paper next to each type of mutation. The insertion and translocation mutations will require two different chromosomes, circle and rectangle. One rule is each mutated chromosome must start with the number 1 and end with the number 6. So you always must have 1 and 6 in the same position, okay? So you can see here we have deletion, okay? And if we started off, this is our normal chromosome. You can cut out any of these here, which would have been deletion here, and you can see that it goes through 1 through 6, and deletion was they just took out the number 3 and then put that here. So let's look at inversion. Remember, inversion is to flip it, right? So the first thing you're going to do, okay, is you're going to cut out one of your chromosomes, okay? So you're going to use the circles when you're doing insertion and translocation, but we are doing inversion. So I'm just going to go ahead and clip out. It doesn't matter which ones you do. So get some scissors. You're going to clip it out. I'm just being particular. So I'm not going to use these top ones because the top little thing is missing. So I'm going to show you inversion, okay? All right, so I'm going to do inversion here. And I'm just going to get one of the rectangles. So when they say all intact, that's what they mean. So you just get one chromosome, and you just need the square one for inversion. And remember, inversion on our notes was that it's flipped. So you usually take 3 of them and they're flipped. So it does say leave 1 and 6 alone. So I'm going to cut off 1. I'm going to leave that here. And I'm going to have 6. Okay. But now what I have is, remember, it talked about how there's usually like 3 of them. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut out 2. I'm going to leave 2 alone, and I'm going to leave that right next to 1. But 3, 4, and 5 are where I'm going to perform my inversion. And so remember, inversion is just that it's flip-flopped. So instead of 3, 4, 5, 4 will stay in the middle. 5 will take the place of 3, and 3 will take the place of 5. So I'm going to cut these out, just like so. And then I'm going to place 3 is now going to be by 6. 4 will still be in the middle if you watched your notes there. And then 5 will be here. This is what I will glue down. So then you will take a glue stick or tape or anything like that, and you're just going to put that right down in that order, okay? But remember, as you guys are doing these, okay, 1 and 6 need to be the same. Now, duplication, because it's a duplication, so you're probably going to need 2 chromosomes, so you have plenty there copied to use for duplication. And then for insertion, okay, let's cut out this one. You have more than enough here, so if you mess up, you can always do more. But know that for duplication, you're going to need 2 of them because you're going to duplicate one of the genes there, okay? And then for insertion and translocation, you're going to use circles to show the insertion of another chromosome as well as a translocation. So there you will use the circles, okay, here to go ahead and show that on your squares, okay? The squares are going to be your chromosome that gets the mutation, And then you will use the circles for one for translocation and one for insertion into the squares. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and do your notes. Okay? And then you can go ahead and glue that down just like it is, or you can tape it. If you have any questions, please let me know.